Hi, today we're just going to talk about this little device here. It's a Belkin FM transmitter. It's a Tunecast 2 FM transmitter. And the idea behind this little device is if you want to listen to an MP3 player in your car and your car doesn't have MP3 facilities, what you do is you plug this end into a phone or an MP3 player or any such device, and then you power the unit on by pressing and holding the buttons, and you will see it's press that again. We have it set to 107.1. So what happens then is we get a phone and we plug it into the phone, and we play a piece of music on the phone, and it transmits into the unit, and then it gets broadcast on FM through an antenna. Now this is your antenna from here to here. That's the length of the antenna. Sometimes it's not ideal, it doesn't work great because it is a low power device. So what some people have done on the internet is they've opened up this unit here, and there's a little component inside that reduces the power, and people have attached a length of wire in around, say, 30 inches just before this component. So it increases the range, I suppose, because you're going direct to the length of wire, so that's acting as an antenna, as opposed to going through this other component that reduces the power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up a piece of music on the phone. I'm going to switch on an FM radio that I have behind me, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, I have an FM radio on behind me, tuned to 107.1. I'm going to play this piece of music. Now the camera may not be picking up, but it's in among the static, it's almost playing the music. Now as I stretch out the wire, the music is audible now. If I put that down, okay. Okay, the music is playing. Well, it's not great. So what I'm going to do is, as per instructions on the internet, I'm just going to open up this device and see if we can find that little sweet spot on the circuit board that we can connect an external antenna to, i.e. a random piece of, well, it's not a random piece of wire, it's cut to 31 inches, which has been suggested. So let's open up this device. Okay, the tools required are two of these little jeweler's screwdrivers. I suppose any small Phillips head screwdriver will actually do, but these I have to hand, so that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, let's get these out of the way. First things first, pop open the cover and remove the batteries. Now this is where the force screw is. It may be covered with a small white sticker. It was on this one, so I had to remove the sticker. Okay, there's screw number one. Now with that removed, it's just a case of prising the case open. There are a couple of little hinges or latches, but I cannot find them, so I'm going to just prise it here with this screwdriver. There we go. Okay, so the case pops open. You can see the battery is connected, so we'll just leave that as is. Now we have to get to the other side of the board. That's where the magic is. So there is another screw just here. Okay. Now, hopefully the camera will pick that up. Now, it has been suggested, sorry, I had to put the batteries back in, but it has been suggested that these 4 contacts here are where the magic happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tip the probe off the multimeter off them and see what happens. So here goes the top left. Okay, that made a difference, as did the one next to it and the one below and the one below that. Okay, so tipping the 4 of them does make a difference. How about this point here? Yeah. I suppose what I would need to do is move away. Maybe if I bring this down to... Yeah. Right, 106.9. I'm tipping this one up here to the right. Okay, it does seem that thousands up there. Are making a difference because it's coming in as bleed over, so that means that the signal is getting stronger. Okay, on those contacts there, the top right hand contact, I'm going to try my best to solder a length of wire onto that. Okay, there is a little hole there in the board as well, that seems to make a difference too. Right, so that little point there on the board, that little hole is where I'm going to connect up. Okay, that's the wire soldered in place, as you can see, just onto where the little hole was. Now just what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue over that just to secure it. Okay, hot glue has just gone on, so I'll just let that go off, let it cool down. Okay, and that's going to correspond with a little hole on the side that I'm going to have to make on the front of the case, which will be just around about here. So I'll just make it. I'm not going to be too fussy. I'm not going to go drilling holes. I'll just make a little nick with a Stanley knife and pop it back together again. See how we get on. Okay. There's a little indentation for the cable. So pop it all back together and see if it works. Okay, it's all back together again. There's the new antenna coming out. So pop the batteries back in. Power it up. Okay, connect it up to the phone. And kick off the music. I have to put the radio on in the background. Okay. Now I got about 15-20 feet previously, so I'm going to take this outside and see how far we get. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That was up all around the downstairs and up upstairs in the house as well. So what I'm actually going to try now is I'll just take the unit out the back, walk up the garden and see how much of a distance we get. That was a distance up the garden of approximately 40 feet. Obviously I couldn't go any further because that's the length of the garden. So I think we can safely say the experiment has worked, because previously, before extending the cable, the distance was approximately maybe 10-15 feet. So yeah, we'll call that a success.